Hi guys, I'm ExactChaos and welcome back to another episode of Airport CEO. In the last episode we revamped the baggage system a little bit and we had trouble to connect the stands to the new baggage bays and to the new claim and so on, but that's all been sorted. I've managed to resolve that. So now we have 4 big stands connected to its own 9 check-in desks and its own baggage bay, also connected to its own carousel, which is kind of connected to each other. The other 4 stands connected to its own baggage bay and connected to its own claim with its 5 check-in, or not 9 check-in desks. So I think that is a kind of a good operation. It's using the same security scan system but sorting by destination to the various baggage bays. So I think that's fine. So we have a fully scheduled, a full day of scheduled flights. We can squeeze another one in there. Should have had I think there's a bit of a big gap over here somewhere, and so it resulted in just not letting me squeeze one in there. But anyway, this is pretty full as it is, so I'm not scheduling small flights. I'm just doing the big ones to see how we cope with the baggage system. So flights will start coming in shortly, so people should be checking in. I've also opened up an extra security gate over here just to help things along a little bit. Okay, so let's speed it up a tad until they start checking in. Then I'll follow the luggage and go all the way to here. All of these check-in desks are going to open. Okay, so people are starting to check in. There goes the baggage. There they go, there they go. Baggage is on their journey. Perfect. There's a ton of people coming in. Got obviously a lot of flights going to start coming in very soon. All of these check-in desks are going to open. I love it. I actually want 2 staff working on each one of them, please. This one staff thing that you've got going on over there. People are starting to line up for security, and I believe we should start seeing baggage coming through here. So now I've actually realized you can actually have 8 ramp agents at any of these. So there's a ton of ramp agents hanging around here. 32 ramp agents in total should be standing around over here, and they load and unload pretty quickly. When is our first baggage going to come through the scanner? I love it that it's all working now. Just want to show you how that is indeed working. Where's the baggage? The baggage is on a pretty long and tedious journey to get here, but they should get here soon. I go here. Where's the baggage? All of a sudden I'm extremely worried. Well, the baggage is going, right? Oh, there we go. First bag went through the scanner, no problems. Here it'll be going either this way or that way, depending on which bay it's going to. Okay, so this bay. Here they go. So we're scanning a bunch of stuff. So I had some comments, people saying that, oh, this is actually throwing all this stuff out there. But this is all fine, right? So if it gets in here, it's scanned. If the bag's okay, it goes through. If it's suspicious, it goes this way. Then it gets scanned for food. If it's okay, it goes through. If it's not, it goes this way. If it gets scanned for explosives, okay, goes through. If it gets scanned for money, goes through. If it's okay, guns. If it's okay, goes through. And drugs, if it's okay, it goes through and joins the rest of that. If any one of these is negative, or it reads that there's something wrong, there might be explosives in it. And I'm going to pause it ever so slightly. This is actually saying, content explosives, type explosives. Okay, so that is, this one is got drugs in there, and that one's got guns in there. So now that we've realized that there's some stuff in there, now it's going to go to the security scanner over here, the manual scanner. And, Paul, hang on, I want to see what it says now. It's got content guns in there. So it's being annihilated. I want to see one that goes back through. Ah, pause that. What is that saying? Content drugs. But why would you... Anyway, it's been scanned and deemed to be okay, and that's why it's going back that way. That is why it's going back that way. Okay, so here they're all starting to line up for the flights along these stands. Oh, our first flights are coming in. The flights from the other stands, actually, this is quite interesting. Because these guys should actually line up from this side first. What plane is this? 737. So it's interesting that these guys are checked in and ready to go, while these guys are not here yet. Very interesting. There's a ton of security gates that's open, so that shouldn't be a problem. Ton of check-in desks open, so that's also fine. I don't think you can't actually manually assign additional check-in. These medium stands take 2 check-in desks, and that's it. Okay, are we starting to see some baggage go to the other side, or is that an issue now? I think I just saw one that went that way. Yeah, there they go, starting to go the other way. So we should start seeing some baggage being, yeah, here we go, some baggage coming to this side. So if I have a look, this is NA671. If I look at where NA671 is located, it's B4, so it's in the right spot. This side, NA772. NA772 is where exactly? Oh, here it is on D5, so it's in the right spot. So it's as simple as that. So we've got planes coming in. There's the baggage counter coming to get it. So I'll follow this one and see where that goes. But I'm pretty sure that's just going to go straight all the way back to its right before bay. How is this unloading occurring? Is there a ton of bags that needs to be unloaded? Can we speed it up just a tad? So this is really the stress test for me to see how many, if we can accommodate a full schedule like that and get planes away on time. That's really what I'm keen on understanding, if we can actually do that. Still disembarking and the likes. Okay, we're filling up our stands pretty rapidly. Oh, I think there it goes. If I look at that, oh, I can actually pick a bag. NA774 is on what? No, there's supposed to be something wrong with that. Oh, that's the flight that came in. That's not the new flight. But anyway, it came this way. That's an interesting one. NA774 came in. Type spirits. Content unknown. Anyway, so that's unloading. We've got tons of... We don't have tons of people. The shift is changing. That's an interesting one. I'm guessing I've got a ton of these guys running, making their way up here. Ramp agents making their way up here. I damn well hope so. Okay, unloading is finished. Where is this guy? Is it waiting to go that way? So I think if he... no, he wouldn't be waiting to go that way. He'd just be waiting to unload over here. Okay, so now they're all going down. We don't have ramp agents here. They're starting to trickle through. So have we started seeing some baggage arrive over here? Not quite yet. These guys are hungry and tired and bored, and all the seats are taken. And while I've got this kind of underway over here, it's not the end of the world. But what I'll do is I'll add some extra gate seating, like so. Alright, just so there's a little bit more to deal with. Yeah, I don't really have room to accommodate any more than, say, that. What we'll do is I'll pop in another one over here. And I'm going to pop in another one like that. That should be fine. Just so there's a little bit more seating, but we should see baggage starting to arrive. And now what I want to check is if baggage is actually coming out from this side and from that side of the carousel. Okay, baggage is coming. So what I want to see, as soon as we start seeing baggage coming out here, I want to give it a pause and have a look at where that is coming from. So we'll pause that a moment. NA774. And NA774, I believe... What? I think this is kind of a little bit mixed up. It's not actually doing its thing properly. It's just going all through the same one because these are all connected to the same. So it's basically seeing this thing as a whole route towards baggage bay number 2. I think that's what's causing that. So it's not quite picking that up, but at least it's working. So it's just, I think it's probably just going to route everything through here onto this long one. But that's okay. I've got no hassles or concerns with that. NA774, I believe, is this one. It was the inbound flight was 774, and now the outbound flight is 772. Oh, actually, no, it's this one. It was 774, and now it's 775. It's just standard procedure. Anyway, keep going. Let's keep an eye on what is happening. I want to slow it down a bit so it doesn't lag as much. Come on, guys. The lag is insane. Wow, look at all these people. Some more seats, guys. More seats available. Nice long baggage carousel to get these people to sort out their stuff. You need a bit of a long one, so that's a lesson learned. Sometimes these guys just take their time to get down here and the baggage gets here quicker. So if, especially if you're only using the one, it does, excuse me, it does actually clog up a fair bit. But with a longer one, you've got a fair chance of it remaining open while everybody gets their baggage and makes a run for the door. So that is it. Let's have a look at how we're doing. Loading only 5? That, oops, wrong button. That's insane. But so B1 has done all of its stuff. Okay, I want to pause it. Okay, have a quick look over here. So the first flight needs to leave in around about an hour. Right, so our first flight's going out needs to leave in around about an hour. B1 and B5. So let me have a quick look at that. B1 is completed boarding, loading, everything, but that's very limited. B5 is, oops, this is not B5. This is B5. It is still, well, it's finished boarding pretty much, but it is indeed awaiting this. So B5 is flight, do I know what this flight is? I need to click on the plane, 772. Are we loading 772 over here? Why is this unknown flight? Oh, I don't like it. Something's wrong. Anyway, I believe it's 772, so we'll keep an eye on that and see where that goes. So let's get starting again. Okay, so I believe you're bringing 772, even though that is saying unknown. Yeah, here it comes into 772. But yes, fair enough. So that needs to be loaded. We're also still waiting on one more passenger that's stuck somewhere while we're loading the baggage. Obviously, this is not the greatest and quickest operation, but while we're waiting for the baggage, are you on 772? No, 192. So just going to the bathroom then, are we? Or are you actually my passenger? Looks like you might be my passenger, even though that doesn't quite add up. If you're my passenger, please go. You're not my passenger, are you? You need to go to N. What are you saying? I'm waiting. Is that for the next flight? Ooh, yeah, that's probably the next flight. So we're missing a passenger, guys. We're almost finished loading our baggage. And yeah, we are starting to cut it a bit fine. So if we have a look here, flights on this side has started to make their way. So that's fine. This one is well on time, I believe. It should reach the runway at just about in time. B5 is probably running a little bit late from a baggage perspective and from this last passenger that seems to be missing. What's happening at security? Wow, security is busy. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up yet another and another, and I'm going to make sure that we add some more security guards to the employment roster. Applicants for security, please. I just want to kind of grab as many as I can so we can open these other two. We need to be able to run security out a little bit quicker. What happened? Did we manage to load up everyone? Seems like it. I don't see them saying any concerns or problems over here. If we look at the scheduler, we're probably late on B5. It did leave the gate in time, but it's nowhere close to the runway for takeoff procedures. And these guys are kind of waiting for one another, but we've got a bit more capacity with this. It would be extremely great if we can do separate routes. If I could route planes from here and planes from here and planes from here to separate little routes, that would be very great. So we've got a fair bit of capacity over here, and with these guys doing their thing now. Now it's going to wait. See, this is silly. The pathing is not quite great, I must say. But our flights are out, kind of in time. Kind of on time. So I caveat that by saying kind of in time. And they're all on their way out. So I just want to double check. So this is a BAE 147. This is a 737. And that's another 737. And that's another BAE. Yeah. And another. There we go. I love it. The operation is starting to take form. Okay, we've opened some more security over here, so these guys obviously are not recognizing that just yet. Well, even that side is full. There's tons of passengers that we need to get through here, though. How's baggage going? People are still collecting, but at least it's moving. Baggage is still coming through. Where are all these people that wants to collect their bags here? A nice little trick. I don't think I've ever seen any bags. Oh, bags come out of here. That's not a bag, that's a person. Yeah, I believe it's this guy standing there. Anyway, people are collecting their bags. Slowly though. Anyway. Okay, so we've got flights coming in, people are disembarking or deboarding or whatever you want to call it. That's all being unloaded. I'll have a look at the end of this schedule how that's going. We've got some more flights coming in. That guy just arrived. We've still got flights leaving, so there was a bit of a queue. So that is of course a bit of a problem with all of them kind of trying to leave at the same time. It becomes a bit of a problem. I want to see about speeding it up just a little bit. This done. Okay. Still disembarking. Yeah, it becomes a bit of a mess over here with all of that. Okay, let's slow it down again so we can scroll and the likes. So we've got baggage streaming through to the baggage bays. I think I'm very glad I took the extra one here, added the extra baggage bay. So the unloading, the 8 guys unloads this thing very quickly. Look at these guys, like 6 bags on each person. It just really takes them all, each of them two kind of loads to get that done. There we go, all unloaded. This thing obviously slows it down a little bit. Now that's just exactly right, huh? Gonna scrape to the edge of the building over there. Nice. So this guy's running down to the bottom there. These are spaced a little bit better, I would imagine. Looks like it. So the unloading is done. The service round is done. Oh, the unloading is happening over here. So I think as soon as that guy finishes, this will turn green. Right? Are you turning green? Yes, no, maybe. As soon as that one clears. It's opening. There you go. Not. Wow. Not sure when that does indeed turn green. These guys are working their way away over here. That's being filled up. Look, I think we're doing a good job over here. That's been unloaded. This one, yeah, that's just now been unloaded. Maybe it just doesn't update while you've got it selected. baggage coming out of here? Nothing yet. Glad I added. I might even add some more seating, to be honest. Seating is really a problem. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put some more seating like this and like that. So there is a ton of seating over there. And what I'll do is I'll pop in. Ooh, the sofas aren't going to go in the back there. What I'll do is I'll pop in a few sofas over there. A few sofas. Well, that's just the one over there. Pop in a few sofas over here. So add some more seating basically, because wow, this is busy. Janitors got their work cut out for them. Baggage is coming in. Okay, how is our schedule looking? So if I go and have a look at the flight planner one more time, so we're up at about an hour and a half before the first flights need to leave on B1 and B5. They are boarding, loading is concluded. B5, what is happening? We are boarding, but we are still awaiting baggage. So what is this flight? This is NA192. Is this NA192? No, this is SL920. So something that doesn't make a lot of sense to me is how the baggage comes around, right? So this is another NA. This must be an SL. So this is on stand B8. So B8 actually has the longest time left instead of this. So why on earth are we loading that one but not this one? So that generally doesn't make a lot of sense to me. So this one is still busy unloading, but we're already loading the bags over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just keep an eye on that and see if that is generally the case, or whether that's some kind of a little bit of a bug or something going on. But yeah, I'm definitely loving the two baggage bays like this. They work fairly well. I would probably allow for a bit more room on the service road. So now I want to keep an eye on this one. Well, there we go. It's going straight through there. Where is that guy going? Yeah, all the way down, right? SL920. All the way to the very end over here, and that's that one coming out. So that one is working perfectly. It's just the rest that's struggling a bit. What are we loading? Oh, I want to see, what is this one? Unknown. This NA flights with the unknown is, I'm hoping this is this one. Yes, it's you. Waiting on 3 more passengers. There's one arriving now. Hoping we're getting another one. Oh, this is a security guard. Thinking you're gonna board. There you go. 1 more passenger left. Hopefully this is you. NA. No, this is a SL guy. It's a little bit weird. You. SL. I'm gonna start parking here. So again, we're missing 1 passenger. Loading is taking place. What's the time? 12:38. It's 12:38. Let's pause. What time is NA192 needing to leave? I've still got time. Still got a fair bit of time. Not a lot. We've got a bit of time. You should be able to sort out the rest of your loading. The passenger that's missing though keeps bugging me. We keep losing passengers. Maybe that's just just what happens in reality, right? People don't always arrive for their flights. I've missed 1 or 2, so I'm sure that's just what's happening here. People are just kind of missing their flights. There you go. But I don't think you've got all of them, right? Now we can't even see. I would love statistics to see how many didn't board and what the reason was for that. So if we look at the flight planner, we are pretty much on par over here to get out, and that will get us off and away. Okay, so now this guy's also going to stop for this one. Hopefully you'll make your move in this direction, not be too much delayed. This Annihilator is busy, it seems. Yeah, baggage is working. Yeah, maybe the system is a little bit slower than I would have expected. Maybe that's part of why our loading is taking such a while. Maybe it's the scanning system that's not quite able to accommodate everything at such a rapid pace. So maybe what we need to do is we need to run these through in 2 lines or something like that. So there are obviously ways that we can get the efficiency improved. Improved. Yes, that's the word I'm looking for. Okay, so we definitely have a few that's probably on late departures. We've got arrivals coming in now. So B4 and B8 can probably still be around. B4 is gone. B8, yeah, so these 2 guys are late in my mind. They're actually waiting for people. Oh, there he goes, and now that's off on the way. So I think the double taxiway is definitely helping to give us a little bit more capacity in getting getting the planes out to the door, out on the way to the runway. I think this is our last load. Oh, still we've got 2 more loads for today, so let's speed this up a little bit and see how that goes. I'm guessing checking in is underway. See, this is something that bugs me a little bit with the pathing. Let's have a quick scan of what's going on over here. Not a lot of people waiting for baggage, so baggage I think is working quite well actually. But what bugs me a little bit is that you get queues inserted. So now they've got 4 people over there, and well, now there's no one waiting. But as soon as the next lot arrives, I think we might see. Actually, the next lot is probably already through. Wow, that means our security is really efficient. So really people shouldn't be stuck. The only issue is there might be people hanging around in stores at some place or whatever. Oh, this contract was concluded then. Let's do a Hilltop Cafe. That's an interesting one. Sign that so we get another one there. That's an interesting. Oh, all of these are going to stop there. Ran out of contract. Okay. We're still unloading most of the passengers and baggage and things. Yeah, so something that could be an improvement in efficiency is the baggage is here long before the plane is here. So they can actually start, if you've got enough of these little baggage cars, you can actually start loading it. Okay. And they can wait at the stand, and then the moment with another cart that's unloading it, and the moment it's finished unloading it can load. So that is something that's a little bit doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Okay, these guys are now starting to load. I think there's still tons of time left on this. Yeah, it's only halfway through the stand time on each one of them. I'll need to slow this down a little bit so that we can see and scroll and the likes. Okay, everything is happening. Let's quickly have a quick look here. Loaded, ready and boarded. Right, fully boarded. You should be able to push back and go. You're a little bit early, but I give you the go ahead. This is loaded as well, so actually things are improving a fair bit. Really? Wow, okay, so this one is about still waiting. This time around it actually worked pretty well. We started, so it's scheduled this way to that way and this way to that way. Done. Waiting for one more passenger, but done from my side. Waiting for a few more passengers, but done from the airport side. This one is still waiting to load, but and it is boarding. This one is still waiting to load, but it's already boarded. So over here is where we're now starting to run into trouble. This one hasn't started loading yet, and neither. Oh, this one's already done. So there's a little bit of a unbalanced look and feel over there. Okay, so B1 is on the way with plenty of time. Should get to the runway with good time to spare. B5 is doing the same thing. Perfect. So the idea is that hopefully these shouldn't bug each other too much, because this guy should get to the taxiway before this one guy gets there. And the same over here, this guy should get out now. This guy should be fairly close. We're waiting for one more passenger that seems to be lost somewhere in the bathroom or something. So see, this pisses me off. You should just be routing that way. I really think you should just be routing that way. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to test if I do, hang on, go to this one, yeah, go to the nodes, and if I do this, damn it, if I click there, right, and I say just make that regular taxiway. So this one is, it was even before that, so that's working well. That's much better now. These guys are getting off. This one, yeah, it's loading. This one has loaded, it's waiting for a few more passengers. So yeah, actually not too bad. Maybe not perfect. Maybe we could improve efficiency a little bit. Yeah, but I think in general it's pretty good, really. All pushback. That one was actually ready a little bit before, but didn't push back anyway. So there we go. Those are our flights going out, and we've got some new flights starting to come in. Yeah, here they come. I like it. Bit of a cue to the to take off, but that's just kind of fairly standard practice. You just get out of the way before. Oh, actually, you're routing around that way. Very nice. You're gonna turn probably this way, right? Or are you gonna wrap around? Interesting. I don't know where you're going. You are SW472, but I don't think I'll have an SW472. It's, yeah, 3. So, oh, actually you're on the same, you're also coming down here. You might have flights that's a little bit delayed. There you go. So, yeah, it takes you a bit of time to actually get there, dude. It doesn't. There we go. The service round is done. Deboarding, deboarding in progress. Wow, the service round is almost already done before deboarding even commences. What is that guy doing? Oh, yeah, we're starting to fill up on this side. I think this is our last set for the day. Yeah, all of them should now be coming in, taxiing, arriving, and I think there's one more arriving after this. It's not quite a full load over here, but it is pretty much done then. I think we're waiting for one more, so as soon as that guy gets off, we should probably see one more come in. Okay, so let's see how this airport is performing. All of this should be done. Security is last, final stragglers getting through. People waiting for their bags coming through. Well, look at this, it's crazy. People buying stuff on their way out, huh? That is not good. So another lesson learned that we should take into account is that we probably need some kind of a cafe on the outside at the baggage area. So certainly in the next airport, and I am planning on doing another airport, so I'm going to kind of finish off this episode. I think our stress test this very well. There are a few places where we can certainly improve efficiency, like over here and so on. But in our next airport, what we will do is we will do a very nice big large terminal closer to this side over here, right? And we'll do a lot of these, but I think some arrangement like this that runs up and down here would be good. I'm going to have the service access coming in on both sides, and then a nice big large terminal. I might still have something like general aviation to one side, and then what we will do is we will actually run this big terminal with a number of terminal kind of fingers that allows this kind of thing. but we will make sure to make this much more efficient. Staff rooms in the right spots, check-in areas better, security areas better, baggage claim much better, how we allocate our shops and cafes and so on much better. Well, that's the plan at least. We'll also do our baggage bays and so on much better. Yeah, absolutely. Guys, so I think that is where I'm going to call this series. I think we've obviously had a lot of frustrations and bugs and things to deal with, but we had a lot of fun. I certainly did. It was a real pleasure to build this airport, even with all the little niggles and things that bothered us from time to time. I think it's very functional already. I've really enjoyed it, spent hours on this airport, and I really can't wait to get into the next one to start and improve some efficiencies, get my lessons learned in order and so on. So I would like to thank you all very much for watching this series. I must say I had significant support from you, much more than I usually do, and I really appreciate that. It's great to see a little bit of the enthusiasm and the comments and the likes and so on. It's really good. Okay guys, I'm ExactChaos, and this has been the first look series at Airport CEO. We will do a proper let's play with all the lessons learned in the near future. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.